Samuel and the monkeys in Okomu National Park. In the middle of Okomu National Park, there is a big forest with really old trees. Many different animals call this place home, finding safety in its midst. However, there's a man named Samuel who is only thinking about getting rich. One day, while sitting in his room and dreaming of a fast way to get money for a new car, he comes up with a misguided plan. His idea is to go to the park and steal an elephant's tusks. Samuel, not realizing the dangers within the park, sets out on his mission to capture an elephant. The forest is thick with confusing trails, and each step becomes challenging as the leaves hide his way. Strange sounds like birds and rustling leaves make his steps forward even scarier. Despite the park's amazing beauty, Samuel's focus on wealth makes it seem less pleasant. Deeper into Okomu, Samuel comes across majestic elephants and crafty monkeys, each species minding their own business. The elephants, with their large and imposing presence, are peacefully grazing on the lush vegetation. The crafty monkeys swing from tree to tree, their playful nature filling the air with energy. However, Samuel's persistence in pursuing his selfish goals begins to disrupt the harmony of this natural scene. Ignoring the wonders around him, he focuses on capturing these magnificent creatures for profit. As he approaches the elephants, some of them become uneasy, sensing the threat posed by the intruder. A protective elephant, with its massive tusks, positions itself between Samuel and the rest of the herd, determined to defend its family. The crafty monkeys, perched high in the trees, become aware of Samuel's presence. Their mischievous chatter turns into alarmed cries as they recognize the danger he represents. Some of them start throwing small branches and leaves down at Samuel, attempting to drive him away. Their swift movements and careful attacks show their intelligence and bravery in protecting their community. Despite the warning signs from the animals and the challenges posed by the environment, Samuel persists in his quest. He takes for granted the strength and unity of the animals in the park. As he reaches out to capture an elephant and sell its tusks, the animals unite to resist his plan. The elephants trumpet loudly, and the monkeys continue their chattering, forcing Samuel to reconsider his actions. He tests out a flute from his pocket and starts blowing gently on it, creating a soft hypnotizing tune. He hopes to mesmerize the elephants and make them fall asleep so that he can take their tusks. The crafty monkeys, sensing Samuel's scheme, start chattering and jumping up and down. They seem to understand that something tricky is happening. Cleverly, they close their ears to block the sound of the flute, refusing to be affected by Samuel's plan. The elephants, however, can't close their ears like the monkeys. One by one, they start to be affected by the hypnotizing tune, falling into a deep slumber. It appears that Samuel's plan is working, and he begins to approach the sleeping elephants, ready to take their tusks. But there's a twist in the story. There are deaf elephants among them. The hypnotizing sound of the flute has no effect on these particular elephants. They stand staring at Samuel, who is surprised to see some elephants still awake. As the crafty monkeys continue their chatter and jumps, Samuel blows the flute even harder, hoping to finally lull the deaf elephants to sleep. However, the deaf elephants remain unaffected, steadfast in their awareness. Samuel becomes increasingly nervous, realizing that the elephants might pose a threat. Faced with the possibility of the deaf elephants preventing him from taking tusks from the sleeping ones, Samuel is torn between his selfish desire and the potential danger. The outcome of his encounter in Okomu National Park hangs in the balance, and he must now decide how to proceed without causing harm to himself. Samuel scratches his head, puzzled by the elephants that won't fall asleep. The other elephants are peacefully snoring away, but the deaf elephants stand there, watchful and awake. Determined to carry out his plan, Samuel continues blowing the flute, hoping to find a way to make the tricky elephants doze off. He tries different tunes, blowing softer and then louder, but the deaf elephants remain wide awake. The crafty monkeys, sensing Samuel's struggle, intensify their chatter and jumps, adding to the challenge. Samuel is feeling a bit frustrated, but doesn't give up. He decides to change his approach. Samuel tries a more soothing melody, thinking maybe a gentle tune will do the trick. He blows on the flute with a calm rhythm, hoping to lull the deaf elephants into a peaceful slumber. But the deaf elephants stand firm, unaffected by the rhythmic tune. Samuel is getting a little anxious, realizing the deaf elephants are not easy ones to trick. In a last-ditch effort, thinking that maybe the deaf elephants can feel vibrations, Samuel starts stomping his feet while playing the flute. The ground trembles a bit. The crafty monkeys, curious and still chattering, watch the scene unfold. To Samuel's surprise, the deaf elephants seem to be swaying a bit, showing signs of drowsiness. Encouraged, Samuel continues with the stomping of his feet while playing the flute, hoping that at last the resistant elephants will join their sleeping companions. As the stomping of feet and melody fill the air, the deaf elephants' eyes slowly close and they lower their massive body to the ground. Samuel can hardly believe it. Success! The tricky elephants have finally succumbed to the hypnotic melody. With cautious steps, Samuel approaches the sleeping giants, ready to fulfill his greedy plan. Little does Samuel know that the crafty monkeys are still watching, silently plotting their own mischievous scheme to protect their elephant friends from further harm. As Samuel tiptoes closer to the sleeping elephants, thinking he's finally achieved his goal, the crafty monkeys swing into action. Their chattering reaches a crescendo as they coordinate their plan to outsmart Samuel and protect their elephant friends. One clever monkey grabs a handful of nearby leaves and starts flinging them towards Samuel. The leaves rain down, creating a distraction that startles him. Another nimble monkey, with swift movements, picks up small sticks and tosses them in different directions, confusing Samuel further. Amidst the confusion of flying leaves and sticks, Samuel becomes disorganized. The crafty monkeys, working together, manage to wake up the previously sleeping elephants by nudging them and creating a commotion. The elephants, now alert to the danger, rise from their sleep. As the elephants are waking, Samuel realizes that the monkeys have scattered his plans once again. Panicking, he stumbles backward, trying to escape the leaves and sticks being thrown at him. The deaf elephants, roused from their short nap, stand up and join the others in forming a protective barrier around their tusks. The crafty monkeys, having successfully disrupted Samuel's scheme, continue their chatter, celebrating their victory. They cleverly outsmarted the greedy intruder, showing that the unity and intelligence of the animal community can win over selfish intentions. Samuel, now outnumbered and outwitted, retreats from the scene. The elephants and monkeys watch him go, making it clear that their home in Okomu National Park will not be an easy target for those seeking to exploit its treasures. As Samuel tries to run away, looking scared, he sees two people who take care of the park. They have a small camera and were quietly recording everything. The monkeys' loud chattering told them something was wrong, so they came over and secretly filmed Samuel. They catch him and, wanting to keep nature safe, talk seriously to Samuel. They show him the video they recorded, proving he was trying to harm the animals. Samuel can't escape and he has to confess to his bad plan. The police take Samuel away from the park and they bring him to the police station. Samuel says he wanted to take the elephant's tusks for himself. The police write down everything he says. The story teaches us an important lesson. If we try to be too greedy and do things just for ourselves, there can be big problems. The park is a special place that needs protection, and trying to harm it leads to serious consequences. The monkeys and the people who take care of the park show us that working together to keep nature safe is really important. We should take care of the wonders of our planet and not do things that can hurt them. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of Okomu National Park. If the story has stirred your passion for nature, don't forget to subscribe for more interesting tales. Until next time.